Hello, I want one ticket for Brighton, please.
Singular return, standard to first class. We've got a peak time restriction starting in 10 minutes, so you might want to grab the off-peak if you're not in a rush.
Sorry, what is peak?
Do you want to come back today or stay there? If you're coming back, a return is cheaper, but the next train is an express. It doesn't stop at the local stations. You got to make up your mind. There's a long queue behind you.
Okay, yes, one return and express?
That'll be £45. Platform 9. Mind the gap. Next.
Hello, listeners from around the world. I'm Alex, your real-life fluency coach, and I am so excited for today's lesson.
And I'm Anna. It's so good to see you again, Alex. You look like you've had a very busy morning. How are you?
Oh, thank you, Anna. I'm very well, but you're right. I've been running around all day. Trying to navigate the city trains is like a workout. And how about you?
I'm pretty good too. I actually took the bus here today, which inspired our topic. Today, we're talking all about public transportation. If you've ever struggled in a new city or had an awkward situation because you didn't know the right vocabulary, or if you simply can't understand fast-speaking native speakers when they give directions, this video is for you.
You know, Anna, I've had a similar situation like that too. When I first moved to a big city, I stood at the ticket counter for 5 minutes just staring at the clerk because I didn't know the difference between off-peak and any time.
Oh, so then this video is also for you, Alex?
Exactly. I'll be paying my full attention this time so I don't get lost again.
That's the spirit. And before we get into the rules, we have something special for you. If you want to take your English journey to the next level, you need to check out our 30-day English Survival Guide ebook.
Exactly. It covers 30 different real-world scenarios, including exactly what to say at a cafe so you don't sound like a beginner. It has the phrases for the doctor, the airport, the job interview, and the grocery store, so you can survive in any situation. Click the link in the description to grab your copy and start speaking like a native today.
In today's lesson, we're not only going to be talking about basic public transportation vocabulary like bus and train.
Of course, we'll also be teaching you important grammar points, natural pronunciation, and those hidden phrases that natives use. But first, let's see a real-life troublesome scene.
Let's watch our friend Leo. He is trying to buy a ticket, but the clerk is speaking very fast. Listen carefully. Can you understand what the clerk is saying?
Singular return, standard to first class. We've got a peak time restriction starting in 10 minutes, so you might want to grab the off-peak if you're not in a rush.
Wow, Anna, did you hear that? The clerk sounded like a machine gun.
He really did. Leo was so confused. But don't worry, everyone. Let's break down exactly what that clerk was saying so you never feel like Leo.
First, let's talk about the ticket types.
Hello, I want one ticket for Brighton, please.
Singular return.
The clerk asked, single or return? A single ticket is for one way only. You go there and you stay there. A return ticket means you go there and you come back. In American English, we call this a round trip.
And then there was that tricky word peak.
We've got a peak time restriction starting in 10 minutes.
Yes, peak time is the busiest time of day, usually early morning when everyone is going to work. Tickets are very expensive then. Off-peak is the quiet time, like 11 a.m., when tickets are much cheaper. The clerk was actually trying to save Leo money, but he said it too fast.
Let's look at the grammar. The clerk said, you might want to grab the off-peak.
so you might want to grab the off-peak if you're not in a rush.
Wanna is just want to, and grab in this context doesn't mean to take something with your hands, it just means to buy or to get.
And what about you gotta make up your mind?
Gotta is got to or have to, and make up your mind means decide.
You got to make up your mind. There's a long queue behind you.
He was telling Leo to hurry up and decide.
Now, Alex, let's talk about that final phrase, mind the gap.
This is the most famous phrase in the British railway system. A gap is a space. Mind means be careful. So he is saying be careful of the space between the train and the platform so you don't trip.
One return and express?
That'll be £45. Platform 9. Mind the gap. Next.
Let's practice some connected speech. Notice how the clerk didn't say platform 9.
That'll be £45. Platform 9. Platform 9.
He said platform 9, linking the M and N sounds.
And when he said return is cheaper, the S in is sounds like a Z. Return is cheaper.
If you can hear these links, you will understand native speakers much better.
Okay, before we watch the story again, let's see if you learned the vocabulary.
I'll ask the question, you give the answer. If I want to go to the city and come back home, do I buy a single or a return? Answer, a return.
If I want to save money, should I travel during peak time or off-peak time? Answer, off-peak. Now we are going to show you the same scene again, but this time I want you to relax. Think about the words we just practiced. Single, return, peak, wanna, gotta.
Watch it one more time. I bet you'll understand almost everything now.
Hello, I want one ticket for Brighton, please.
Singular return. Standard to first class. We've got a peak time restriction starting in 10 minutes, so you might want to grab the off-peak if you're not in a rush.
Sorry, what is peak?
Do you want to come back today or stay there? If you're coming back, a return is cheaper, but the next train is an express. It doesn't stop at the local stations. You got to make up your mind. There's a long queue behind you.
Okay, yes, one return and express?
That'll be £45. Platform 9. Mind the gap. Next.
So, how was it this time? Could you understand what the clerk said?
I bet it was much easier. You see, English isn't impossible. You just need to know the shortcuts that natives use when they speak fast.
Exactly. Leo eventually found his train, and he even helped another tourist to find their platform using the words he learned today.
That's the power of practice. Now, we have a question for you. Go to the comments and tell us, have you ever bought the wrong ticket by mistake? Or tell us one word from today's video that was new for you.
We love reading your stories, and I'll be replying to as many as I can.
Don't forget to like this video if you learned something today, and subscribe to English Daily Dialogues so you never miss a lesson.
Thanks for watching, and remember, keep practicing because you're doing great.
See you in the next video. Bye!